Hare Om Namaste. Once again, I am Chi Vito Koa, and in this part of your meditation series, I am going to share with you why the breath is so significant. I'm going to share with you what is actually happening mechanically with the body as well as spiritually when you are deepening the breath, as well as what are some simple techniques that you can use to become completely absorbed into the breath and enter in this more beautiful deep space meditation. So let's just begin first with why is the breath so important? Why is it so important that every culture and tradition and technique of meditation, these all link in some way to the breath? In the Shiva Sutras, it says that the evenness of breath brings an evenness of consciousness. When our breath is even, deep, and long, it creates a nice even state of consciousness. Now in our everyday world, the average individual is actually always breathing from his chest. When you breathe from your chest, there are very shallow breaths, which creates rapid breathing. And that rapid breathing, it distorts the mind. Because the mind is very closely linked with prana, and prana is really just the movement of awareness. It's the life energy. Okay? And prana is controlled by the breath. So when we have these slow, deep breaths, what's happening is you're bringing evenness to the mind. You're allowing the mind to have its full cycle, be fully present here before moving on. And when you breathe deeply, what's happening is you're going to experience being more grounded, be without anxiety and stress. You're just going to feel absolutely present right here. And this all happens simply by deepening the breath. Now what's happening on the mechanical level is that every single breath, and this is so beautiful, every single breath travels the whole length of the body through every single cell. And what happens is when you inhale, every cell is getting new life energy, new nutrients through every single cell. And when you exhale, it is pulling out and releasing all that which no longer serves you. Beautiful. Every breath is doing this. Every breath is its own meditation of purification. So when you breathe shallow, you're not allowing for a proper exchange, so the toxins get lodged in those cells. Also your experiences, your emotions, your thoughts, they don't get to fully get processed and released. So we get up this built up of negative energy and stress and the patterns of the mind. So this is why the breath is so important. When you link with the breath and you deepen that flow, you're creating long, deep, even breaths, which creates this evenness consciousness. So that's the significance, right? And that's also what's happening. So what are some of the techniques that you can use right now to deepen this experience and come into a place of meditation? And here they are. When you're breathing, you're taking those deep breaths, and in the next couple of videos you're going to learn how to do deep diaphragmic breathing, and you're also going to learn how to do the psychic breath, which is known as Ujjayi breathing. But before you go there, this is how you can really get the most out of those practices. When you take in that deep inhalation, become aware of every single movement that is happening within the breath. Let your mind become absorbed in all the subtle nuances of that movement of the breath. Try to have there be no involuntary movement. What you're doing here is you are lovingly guiding the mind to where it can find focus. And when the mind focuses on the breath and absorbs into these subtle sensations, what happens is the heart opens. When the heart and the mind fall into sync, meditation happens. So this is a very powerful technique. Now the second technique that you can do is because every breath is moving through the whole body. When you bring your hands down on your legs and you take in those deep breaths, you can feel your legs expand very gently, very subtly. So another way to deepen your practice is to really try to feel your whole body expanding with every single breath. If you do this, you will naturally find long, healthy breaths, more quality of consciousness, more evenness of your state of being. And all your stress, your anxieties, the fears, all will dissolve. So that is what I'm going to share with you today about the breath. Why it is so important. It's happening every breath you take and every exhale you take. Every exhale is releasing that which no longer serves you. Every inhale is bringing that new life and energy back into the body. That's so beautiful. So now you know about the breath. Next couple of videos you'll learn about deep diaphragmatic breathing and ujjayi breathing, and then the actual meditation. Okay. Hari Om and Namaste.